organization and the values it represents, and affirmed that the world needs its moral and intellectual authority. Malmiak is carrying out an intense agenda this week in France, which included the celebration of the 6th Bilateral Economic and Commercial Commission and the meeting of the Strategic Orientation Committee, meetings that left new cooperation instruments for more than 30 million euros.
And that's it. No more time for today. Our second hour here has come to an end, but that's okay. Don't cry, because we're here for another day now. We'll be here tomorrow. We'll be here the day after tomorrow, the day after the day after. We're here every day of the week, so you can come back and listen to us then, right here on your radio. Special thanks to Tony El Maestro Barrios, with general production by Roberto Bastidas. Now tomorrow in our programming, we've got lots of great stuff. We have Be My Guest with Roberto Bastidas, another one of his interview programs heard every Thursday on Radio Havana, Cuba. We have Cuba Today tomorrow with Cristina Escobar, and we have other cultural news and other reports for you here on the radio, as we do every day, right here on Radio Havana, Cuba. Welcome to Radio Havana, Cuba's English language broadcast. We've got news from Cuba and around the world, and we have some other things lined up for you too over the next 60 minutes. Stay with us. We have Dr. Jose Rubiera with the weather report. Susana Nieves has our commentary viewpoint for today. And Natalie Howard then comes along. She brings us a report by People's Dispatch on protests against the controversial royal defamation law in Thailand. We've got the Mailbag Show with all the letters and email messages from our listeners all across the world. And we have Abel Vasquez. He rolls out some sports news for us today. And then Lena Valverde will roll out cultural news toward the end of this first hour with the Archer. Lots of stuff. Stay with us right here on the radio, Radio Havana, Cuba. Over now to the National News Desk with Catherine Lopez.
Thank you, Ed. On Tuesday, the first Secretary of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of Cuba and President of the Republic, Miguel Díaz-Canel, said in Havana that the U.S. lacks the moral authority to judge and decide on democracy. While delivering the conclusions of the 20th Alba TCP summit, the leader criticized the so-called Democracy Summit, called virtually and unilaterally by Washington. Díaz-Canel said that in that invitation, they turned a blind eye to the massacres and repression of social protests in Latin America, resulting in deaths and mutilated people, nor was it possible to explain the 2019 coup d'etat in Bolivia, promoted by the administration of President Donald Trump, and which was celebrated by the then Secretary of State of that country. The Caribbean leader denounced a growing number of social leaders and journalists' murder in the continent, without the White House batting an eyelid. He also wondered why the summit convened by the President Joseph Biden did not talk about investigating the right-wing politicians of several countries who hid their wealth in offshore accounts. The statesman assured that sanctions and other punitive measures would not be able to break the Cuban people, Venezuela and Nicaragua. He stressed that the Bolivarian Alliance for the Peoples of Our America, People's Trade Agreement, ALBA TCP, will work for the dignity and happiness of its people. In this regard, he reiterated Cuba's solidarity commitment that puts its vaccines and other vaccine candidates at the service of humanity, particularly the nations of Latin America and the Caribbean. Bolivian President Luis Arce begins an official